Corey, at 4:30 last Friday afternoon, you sent around an email to announce your retirement. Not the usual way to do it. Why did you decide to go down that path?
Yeah, Goody and Lammy, when I told them that I was going to hang up the boots at the end of the year last week, asked kind of how I wanted to go about it, and had a bit of a think to myself over the time after I met with them, and thought that I probably hadn't had the 200 game, 10-year career that warranted me to stand up in front of everyone. And I thought that I did want to take the opportunity to thank everybody for the time they've invested in me and all the relationships I've made while I've been here. So I settled on thought an email was the appropriate course of action, and it got some pretty good responses.
You closed off the email with a little bio. 2 games, 1 goal, 0 hips. How much trouble did your hips cause you in the last 2 years?
Yeah, that's obviously the reason for my retirement. That's probably the most bitter pill to swallow with it all, and I'm at peace with it now, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have, a lot of tough times over the last 18 months since round 1 last year when I first started having problems. Yeah, it's just haven't been able to have a clean run at it at all, really. I've been in and out of rehab, and 2 surgeries at my age on both of them isn't great. And, after talking to the docs and surgeon and stuff like that, I just felt that, it was the best long term. And unfortunately, I'm probably not even going to be able to play sport after this, given the state that they're in. But that was a risk I knew that I was taking, switching sports. So yeah, I've come to terms with it now.
The next line in your bio was former Cairns Taipan. Talk us through your basketball career.
Oh, basketball was obviously amazing for me. It was my passion growing up with footy, and I poured all my time and effort into it from when I was about 16 or 17, and decided that that was the career path that I wanted to take. I came back to Melbourne, and had been on the road for 6 years. I came back, and I just felt like I was kind of pushing things uphill from there, and then the Crocs folded. That was when Melbourne had been in constant communication with me the whole time, and I felt the time was right, and I switched to footy.
Is football something you always wanted to get into?
Yeah, absolutely. Footy was my first true love. It was in my family. My dad played, my grandpa played and coached, and obviously my brother plays. I never really strongly considered it until I made the switch, but yeah, I'm glad I did.
And now looking back, playing 2 AFL games, is that something you're really proud of?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure as the years go on, I'll become more proud of it. The competitor in me is obviously pretty shattered with where I'm at physically, and I'll probably always think, and wonder about what could have been if I was fully healthy. And yeah, that's going to be a process of acceptance for me, that's just what my journey was. But yeah, ultimately, I'm really happy with how it's all panned out. There's obviously been some very hard times. Being in Category B, I think a lot of guys that have done that can attest to it. A certain level of vulnerability you have to have going onto a list where you know that you're probably going to be the worst player there, and going to have some days where you're not really up to standard. But I had the playing group, the coaching staff, all the support staff, and I said this in my email too, were nothing but great in their genuine care and time and effort that they poured into me, and that made my time here so enjoyable. I absolutely loved every minute of it.